Good afternoon, one other present here. We from Periyar University Business Incubation, we feel very happy in encouraging the students organizing webinar. As a part of internship activity, they were provided with the activity of to organize the webinar. So one such team is organizing the webinar. Sudarshan, Sharmila, Swati, Selvi, Sendil Raj, Vikram and Sneha's team is organizing the webinar. We welcome to that. Uh, Now I request organizing team to deliver the welcome address.
A very good evening, everyone. HOD ma'am, beloved faculty members of the Department of Food Science and Nutrition, and co and internship coordinators, and my lovely friends, warm greetings to one and all. On behalf of my entire team, I extend a sincere warm welcome to all of you present here on the Production Manager Webinar Series 6. I would like to introduce today's presenter, Ms. Kalpana Yadav, Food Safety Officer, Health and Family Welfare Department, the Government of West Bengal. Without further delay, I would like to hand over the session to the guest speaker. We'll love to hear from you, ma'am.
Thank you, Lekha. A wonderful evening to everyone. I hope all of you are safe and doing well. And also thank you team of Periyar University for inviting me. It's my privilege to be present here. And thank you each and every participant to be present here. So, about myself, my name is Kalpana Yadav and I have done BTech in Food Technology from Delhi University. And then I joined for MTech in NIFTM. And after that, in 2019, I joined as a Food Safety Officer under Government of West Bengal. So after completing 2 years here, I have just also started my YouTube channel so that I can connect with other members of this field and motivate the students for their studies and ensure that each and every update from the food tech domain reach to them. So I have made the presentation. I'll share that with you and then we'll start with the session. Is it visible to everyone?
No.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's start. So this was about myself. So just before starting, let's look at the Indian scenario of food startup. So with changing in lifestyle and eating habits, food processing startups will surely flourish in these coming days. And if we see at the Indian population, India adds around 1.5 crore to its population every year, which is equivalent to 3 New Zealands or 2 Israels every year. So, which means there is a need for 4 billion meals in India every day. So, having a food startup is more desirable in India. So, before we move to the other part, let's look at the components of a startup. So, if you are planning to have a startup in future or any food business, then you must have these 5 different components in your mind. The first is unique idea, which means you must have the idea which stands out from the other businesses which are already going into the market. Second is finding the market, which means that you must know your customer base to whom you are targeting. Then obviously finance is very important because you need money to get logistics, to get raw material, to get each and everything you need money. Also you need supply chain for the product, which means from where you will get the raw material, from where you will store that, and how will you distribute your product to the final customer. And last is regulatory compliance. So here in this webinar, I'll be talking about regulatory compliance. If you are planning to have a startup or your business, then how will you compliance with the FSSAI regulation? So let's talk about first FSS Act, Food Safety and Standards Act 2006. So before 2006, there were different acts for different commodities of food. Like in the screen, you can see like fruits, there are different act food product order, then for meat food product order, and for other different commodities, there were different acts. So, but in 2006, when Food Safety and Standards Act came, it became the single reference point for all the matters relating to food safety and standards. So earlier it was multi-departmental or multi-level control, but now there is only single reference point, single line of control for food safety, which is Food Safety and Standards Act. So under this act, FSSAI has been established, which means Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. I think all of you must have already heard about this term. So what is this FSSAI? So it is the body for laying down science-based standards for articles of food and regulating manufacturing, processing, distribution, sale and import of food. Which means if you are doing any kind of food business, which may be related to manufacturing or distribution, you must comply your business according to the regulations laid by FSSAI. So here I will emphasize on the registration and license of your startup or your business. So what is the need for FSSAI registration or license? So as per section 31 in FSS Act, every food business operator is required to be licensed or registered under FSSAI, which means if you are planning to have a startup food business, then you must first register yourself with FSSAI. So how will you register yourself? How will you take the license from FSSAI? All these things I will be discussing here. So here you can see two different terms, registration and license. So there must be a difference in these terms. That's why two different terms are using here. So first let's talk about the registration. So registration means it is for the petty food manufacturers, which include petty retailers, hawkers, vendors, temporary stall holders, or small or cottage scale industry. So the main criteria here is annual turnover. If your business annual turnover is less than or equal to 12 lakhs, you have to apply for food registration or FSSAI registration. And if your turnover is more than 12 lakh, then you have to apply for license. So FSSAI has launched this FOSCOS, which means Food Safety Compliance System. So earlier there was no FOSCOS, there was FLRS, which means Food Licensing and Registration System. So but now FOSCOS has been launched, and this has become one-stop food safety compliance portal, which means you can find each and every detail regarding food safety. How will you comply your business with FSSAI? How will you obtain the registration? What will be the fees structure? And what will be the documents required? Everything you can find on this FOSCOS portal. So let's look at this objective of FOSCOS. So this has become the, so FSSAI has launched this, and it has become for the improved service delivery, which means here you require minimum physical documentation, and hassle-free application processing is available here for ease of doing business. Also, they have done technological update in this website. So it can handle higher user traffic capability, and it has potential for future upgrades also. Also, it enable application to focus on target specific communication through email, SMS, or other reminders. And it is also easy to use for the food business operator. Here he can find each and every detail about his business on FOSCOS. So I will just share with you the method, if like how will you apply for registration. So this is the here you can see this is the link for FOSCOS. Okay, so when you will go to that link, this is how the website will look. FOSCOS. I hope you can see. So let's just one second. So yeah, so this is how this website looks like. So here you can see Like if you like here you can see eligibility of your food business. Like if you are starting a retailer business, okay, so if you type here the retailer, you will get each and every information about that. So yeah, so here you can see, like if you want to do retailer kind of thing, then you can know the criteria of your business, how much fees you have to pay per annum. So yeah, so here it is written, if your annual turnover is up to 12 lakh, then you have to apply for registration and fees will be 100 rupees per year. And if you are doing wholesaler kind of business, then if your turnover is up to 12 lakh, then 100 rupees. If your turnover up to 30 crore, means more than 12 lakh and less than 30 crores, then 2000 rupees. And if more than 30 crore, this will be 7500 and you will go under central license. So this type you can see different information you can know. So here you can get each and every information like documents required, eligibility criteria, and here it is a user manual. How will you apply for the registration? So let's look at this. So if you are planning to have a food business, then you must go to the Foscos website and apply for the registration. So let's look at how will you apply. So here you will click on this. Here you can see apply for registration certificate. So you will go there and then you will enter your mobile number or email ID. Everyone can easily do this process, and then you have to select the state, and then here you will see the different kind of business and you have to select in which kind of business you will be following. So like if you will click on manufacture, there will be different option like dairy manufacturing you are there, or you are manufacturing vegetable oils or meat processing, general manufacturing. And if you go to relabeler, अदर बिजनेस, इंडियन रेलवेज के अंडर अगर आपका बिजनेस है, देन मिड डे मील, then you will have to select your kind of business here. After that you have to fill this form A, where you have to fill your details like your name, your business name, your kind of business, and then address, and then different basic requirements. Then you have to upload only your photo and ID proof, and then online you have to pay 100 rupees, and this is it, means you have applied for registration. And one thing you have to keep in mind here, like you have applied for registration, then maybe the authorities may send back your application uh, with some doubts, like with some more documents if they require. Then you have to reply the authority within 30 days, otherwise your application will be rejected. So this was it. Same way you can apply for license, in that some more documents will be required. And if you want to see what kind of documents will be required, then you just have to come to this page, and then here you can see documents required. Like if you want to see, like I am applying for new registration, what kind of documents I'll require. So here you will get the information. So here it is written photo and ID card and proof of address, like address of your business, where your business premise is located, address proof of that is required. So, and here if you can see, like for license what documents are required, if you want to see that, then also you will find here. So yeah, so for different kind of business, like here you can see for manufacturer kind of business, we will require list of directors, partners with full address and contact details, photo ID, proof of possession of premises, means any rent agreement or bill, electricity bill, kind of this. Then partnership deed if your business in partnership, and if you are proprietorship, then self declaration about proprietorship. Then nomination, like you have to nominate one person who will be in charge of your production, and that should be of graduation in science. Then you have to upload the blueprint or layout of your processing unit, some photographs of your production unit, And if you are using, like if your water is being used as an ingredient in your product, then you have to upload some analysis report of water, which must be chemical and bacteriological analysis of water. So these are some of the documents, so which you will need if you are applying for license. I have already told the difference between registration and license. So this was it. And if we look at like full process, if we look at like whole final conclusion of this, then here you can see for registration process, after filling application form with 100 rupees, you will get an application reference number. After that, registering authority may grant or reject your registration, which means if the authority is rejecting your registration, then also they will inform you. If they are issuing, then obviously you will get to know about that. And if not rejected, if registration is granted, then you can start your business. And also food authority may order for inspection, like they may come for inspection within 7 days. And if they are not coming for inspection, you can start your business. So if authority is not informing you, like after you have applied for registration and authority is not informing you, like no, yes, if no, they are rejecting or they are accepting your application, you can start your business. Okay. So after like 7 days or maximum 30 days, your registration must be granted by the food authority. And if you are applying for license, then the same process, filling of application, you will get application reference number, and then and there also if the food authority want to inspect your premises, then they will inspect, and then food FBO may start the business. If some improvement is required into your food business, like some hygiene requirements or some food safety management system, GMP, GHP, all these things, if you have not applied, then they may give you improvement notice and they may give you time like 30 days. You can apply, you can make your business compliance. So yeah, so after like 60 days, your license must be granted by food authority and you can start your business. So this was all about the FOSS course, which is Food Safety and Compliance System. So yeah. So if anyone has any doubts related to FOSS course, then they can ask me, or you can write in the chat section. Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes,
ma'am,
ma'am, you're clearly audible, ma'am.
So if anyone has any doubts regarding this, they can ask me.
Students, any doubts to be clear? Validity
Yeah.
for the license.
Yeah, someone is asking validity for license. Okay. So you can apply for the license for minimum 1 year and maximum 5 years. Like if you are applying for 1 year, like you have applied in 2018 January, then 2019 January, you have to renew your license or registration. And you have applied for, if you have applied for 5 years, then after 5 years you have to renew your application. So yeah, so validity depends upon for how much years you have applied. You can apply for 1 year, 2 year, or maximum up to 5 years. Okay, so can we apply even after starting the business? Yeah, you can apply any time you can want, but according to the regulations, you have to get your registration before starting the business. Okay, so if you have started the business and after after that also you can apply, but you have if you have started the business and if there will be some inspection by food authority, then they may fine you, or they may fine, only you can fine. So okay, so yeah, so you must do the registration or licensing before starting the business. That will be more good for the FBO. And one more thing, if you are starting the business and you are not sure like how much will be the turnover, because there are two different like registration and license are there, then you can apply for 1 year, for registration for 1 year, and you can tell the authority that if my turnover will exceed 12 lakh, then I will apply for license. Okay. Any other doubts from students or faculty?
Ma'am, one such doubt I heard from student. They have already, while they are studying, they have applied for FSSAI with their name, but they are not doing that, ma'am. That is for their families take care, looking after it. But after completing the course, that particular student wants to take care of other business. Is she is eligible to apply again with that same ID?
I think you want to ask like they have started the business into someone like in their father name or mother's name. Then after that, the students himself want to do the business in his own name.
Yeah, is
Is it right? Okay, okay.
yeah.
Okay, so there is one option for modification in license or registration. So from that option, you can modify your name of owner. Okay.
Okay,
So
okay.
earlier, if business was in your father's name, you can modify that to your name or some other. If you want to hire some other person, like he will take care of your business, then you can also do that. But for that, you have to give some like documents, proper documents, photo ID of that person, and yeah, photo ID of that person.
Okay. Thank you. Others?
Scroll down, ma'am. There's another question, I guess.
Okay, okay, wait a second. Okay. Do small scale business need license? Okay. So yeah, if you are into any kind of business, any scale of business, like if you are home based kind of business, then also you have to apply for not license, registration. Then like I have already defined about registration and license. So if you think your business is small and you are not earning that much from your business, then you can apply for registration, but you must apply. uh, so yeah, and registration cost you only 100 rupees for a year. So you just apply by yourself, and you must apply for registration if you are doing a small scale business. Okay, so someone is asking about FSSAI exam. So this webinar is about first course. Uh, Definitely I'll give, for that I have made my YouTube channel. You can visit there. I have uploaded some information regarding that. And if any updates about coming exams will come, then also I will update on that YouTube channel. So Lekha, please, can you please share the link of that channel into the chat section? Okay, so I will tell you there. So any other questions?
This organizing team, you can post questions from registrations form.
Sorry, I didn't get your question. Can you
Yeah,
please
no,
type into the chat section? It's echo is there.
this team, are you there?
Okay, so someone is Lekha is asking how to run food safety in rural areas. How to run? Okay, so how to so you don't need like you have to apply like FSMS, GMP, GHP in every area. If you are doing like small business in rural area, you can follow the basic requirements of food safety. What are the basic requirements? Like if you are preparing any kind of like um, street food kind of thing, then you can wear the gloves when you are preparing the thing. You can use at least headgear and apron, and you can cover your items like many a time when we go to the inspection into the market, then many food business operators are there who even do not cover their raw material with any cloth or thing. So don't we can uh, so yeah, we can start with that kind of thing. We can start with a small thing in rural areas also. Like we can use the water that we are using, that must be safe to use, and covering the items that you are using, basic personal hygiene you can maintain. So yeah, we can start from these small things, and that will go further into the food safety in rural areas. uh, okay, relevant food safety measures that can be implemented during pandemic. Okay, so we all know about the pandemic situation which is going on. So for the food safety, you can apply like in delivery. Like first we talk about the food business outlet. So you have to at the for each and every time, if you are servicing like any food item, or you are giving any kind of thing to your customer, you have to wear mask all the time. Okay, someone is asking about digital method. Okay, we'll talk about it later. So yeah, you have to cover your face, you have to cover your hands with gloves, and you have to cover your head with headgear. Okay, so these are the basic things you have to maintain. And other thing, you can put the hand sanitizer onto your outlets, onto entry of your outlet, and there must be a basin or something like that for washing hands, all the thing. And the most important thing is you outside your outlet you can put some signs like so that um, distance can be maintained, distance can be maintained between the customers. So yeah, so these are the basic thing during the pandemic. And other things is like are like that, um, do not serve the food if it is not above 60 degree. And if you are not using anything like vegetables or any prepared chutney vagara, then you must keep that into the refrigerator under 4 degrees Celsius. So these are the some basic things you can apply during this pandemic. Okay, so someone is asking about digital mitra. uh, it is called food safety mitra. So yeah, so this is the new scheme you can say which is launched by FSSAI. So what is it is it's like the have you seen that e-mitra shops where you go and get your Aadhaar card and other some documents. So this is that kind of thing. So you have to, if you want to become a digital mitra or safety mitra, then there is one form you can find on FSSAI website. You can fill that form and there will be an exam they will conduct. Exam like a normal MCQ kind of question they will conduct, and then if you will pass that exam you will get a certificate. Okay, so and one other thing is that you have to pay some amount of money to the FSSAI for that for to sit into that exam. So yeah, so after that you will get the certificate and you will get one number that is called safety mitra number. So all these things that I have talked into this webinar like registration and license. So if you have that registration or that digital mitra number, then you can help the food business operators into applying registration or license or other many other things like how they will compliance their business with food safety. So yeah, so it's like friend, it's like there you can help them, and there will be like if you are doing registration for some food business, you will also get some amount of money which is fixed by government. Like if 100 rupees is the fees for registration, and if you are doing it for any FBO, then you will also get some amount of money. I'm not sure how much will be the amount. So yeah, so this will work uh, by this kind. So yeah, you can apply for that from FSSAI website if you are interested in that. Yeah, you need to be graduated for applying this. Okay, so someone is asking about career opportunities in FSSAI. So I will say that if you compare about like if you are comparing 2021 with 5 years before like 2017 or 16, then there are a lot of new opportunities have been in FSSAI. Like in 2020 only, or I think 19 only, they recruited food safety officers and technical officers, and they are planning to set up a lot of new food safety laboratories. So for that also they will need manpower like food analyst, food technician, and many and lot of staff. So yeah, so I think there will be a lot of opportunities. And also if you have if you have heard about that foods mega food parks. So yeah, so government of India is also launching many food parks and for increasing the career opportunities and also for helping the farmers. So yeah, so these are some of the opportunities. Apart from that, if you think about a senior level, you will get to, if you have some experience about like 5 or 3 or to 5 years, then also you can apply for some assistant director post or manager. So yeah, so there are a lot of opportunities.
Ma'am, regarding Digital Mitra exam, yeah, the particular candidate has received the admit card, ma'am. They have received, but it's an online exam or offline exam, ma'am?
It's an online exam. You can give the exam anywhere, anytime.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like certificate kind of thing.
Okay. In that it was mentioned as it is mentioned as that candidate should approach South Regional Office. Hence, I'm asking.
Sorry, I didn't get.
In that admit card, the center has been mentioned as South Regional Office.
Okay, center has.
And yeah, hence I'm asking it's online or offline thing.
Okay, so exam is online, that I'm sure. But if you are asking that center, that I don't know.
Okay.
Means I have not given na, so I can't tell you about the exact thing.
Okay.
But some of my friends have given that exam. If you like, I will tell you after confirming with that.
Yeah,
If you will
sure.
keep in touch with me.
Yeah, sure. And one more question. What is the actual role of food safety officer? EC should make audit.
Yeah, so actual role is like, if you see the job chart of FSO, there are a lot of things he or she need to do. So the first most important things are inspection and sampling. So you have to do regular inspection in your area which is assigned to you. And other thing is you have to regularly do samplings, like you have to collect the samples and send them to the like food analyst or FSSAI labs. So these are the main things. Apart from this, you have to create awareness amongst the consumers also and amongst the food business operators also. So for that you can do awareness programs in schools for awareing the consumer. You can do awareness program in schools, in hospitals. Yeah, so for that awareness program is one thing, and then sampling, inspection. These are the main responsibilities which are of food safety officer. Apart from that, like adjudication process, or if any, like we have sent the sample for any food and the report came non-compliance, then you have to proceed for adjudication against the FPO. So all these things are also have to be done by food safety officer. So there are a lot of responsibilities under food safety officer. So yeah, what are the trainings? So yeah, I have also, like on Instagram, I have seen many pages, like they are constantly giving, they are constantly, asking students to do this type of training or that type of training, like HACCP, they are giving certificates, they are giving for HACCP, FSMS, and many other FOSTEC trainings. So according to me, you don't need any of these kind of trainings, because you are studying 3 years or 4 years of this course, food science or food technology or whatever you are, like many other courses are there. So if you are studying, like if you are giving your 3 or 4 years in this course, you already knew these things. Okay, and if you want to know some more, if you want to gain some more knowledge, then you can get that knowledge from like on Google you can find each and everything. On FSSAI website itself you can get each and every information, each and every presentation, videos free of cost. Okay, so don't don't fall for this like I need to get this kind of certificate, I need to get this kind of certificate. If you will go into the food industry, they will just see your knowledge. Okay, they will not see your certificate or this kind of thing. So yeah, improve your knowledge and don't increase your certificate numbers, that I will say. Okay, so okay, so what will the FSO do when adulterated food or product found in the market? Okay, so the first and foremost thing that FSO will do, it will be sampling. He will take the sample of if he's like have doubt about that quality of that food is compromised, then he will take the sample and then he will send to the food analyst. And after receiving the report, because in the report only you will be confirmed and that your food was adulterated or something like that. Then after receiving the reports, the strict action will be proceed against the food business operator. And if you think like the food is unsafe, like you can also seize the product and seize the shop also. So all the doubts regarding the FSSAI exam, if you need any help, any information about that, you can visit my channel which name Kalpana. Here also I will tell the eligibility for FSA exam is there are some courses that they have defined like food technology, dairy technology, biotechnology, all these and some other courses are also there. So if you have done that and if you are completed that graduation, then you can apply for FSSA exam. Food safety risk in management during COVID. So yeah, during COVID, consumer themselves are more aware about the risk and all these things. So you have to take extra care if you are running a food business during this COVID time. Also, like apart from personal hygiene and other things, you have to you can send your food samples to the laboratory for internal audit thing, like that kind of thing. So yeah, so during COVID you have to take some extra measures to prevent the risk. No, earlier food inspectors were there, but now post named like food inspector does not exist. So yeah, I think if any doubts, any questions you have. So yeah, like I have already mentioned, food inspector post does not exist now. It was under PFA Act. Like in PPT I showed you, in 1954 there was Prevention of Food Adulteration Act. So under that act, food inspectors were recruited. and under Food Safety and Standards Act, FSOs are recruited. So main difference was that the main role of food inspector was to prevent adulteration in food. Okay, but if you see the job role of FSO, the main role of food safety officer is to create awareness about food safety. This is the main priority of his or her. So yeah, so FSO have to create the awareness also. Apart from that, preventing adulteration and all those kind of things. No, no experience required. Yeah, thank you. I think I'm not sure that I should share that here or not. So that I cannot, disclose or share.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank
We
you.
we patiently explained and cleared the doubts of our students.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you
Anything?
everyone, and this was wonderful session.
Thank you. Thank you. Now I request the organizing team to propose a vote of thanks. And before that, the students can provide your feedback.
Yeah.
Preeti, Lekha,
Hello? Ma'am, is it audible, ma'am?
Yeah, it's audible.
yeah, you are audible.
Okay, ka, shall I present the vote of thanks, ka?
Yeah, yes, can proceed with feedback. Yes.
Yes, 1 second. Ka. I would like I would like to express my gratitude to all esteemed delegates of the webinar for their presence and contribution to make this webinar a great success. I extend my gratitude. Sorry. I extend my gratitude to our honorable chief guest, Ms. Kalpana Yadav, Food Safety Officer, Health and Family Welfare Department, Government of West Bengal, to take out her time from her busy schedule to grace this evening. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being a part of this. It was a great session in which we gained a lot. Thank you so much for being here, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. And we can stop sharing.
Yeah. Okay. Stop
Yeah,
sharing.
I request the participants to turn on your video for a small photo shoot. Yes, participants. Thank you, Niranjana. Thank you, Chitra. Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thank you so much for accepting our students' invitation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes,